Alright, hey guys, quick announcement before we get into this video. The rest of the audio in this video sounds sort of choppy. That's my fault. I left my fan on when I was recording, and then when I removed it in post, it made it sound like I was in a tunnel, so I'm sorry, it's a lesson learned, but I'm not recording 25 minutes of audio. Love you all. Thank you. Hello, welcome back everybody, and I do have a bit of a longer video for you today. I figured I would take a little bit more time, not get a video out on Saturday, instead put this one up on Sunday, get a lot more progress for you. But you can see here, we went ahead and started off by getting 50 rune crafting, just like I said I would at the end of the last video. And I'm trying to fix a bug here. You can see my weapon, my body, and my cape are all messed up. They're either the wrong icon or just not showing, so I try logging to fix it, and it doesn't. So, I don't worry about it. I restart my client in a little bit to fix it if that's bothering you. I also had another bug later on in the day, and you'll probably see it throughout the video, where the in-game clock just stopped working. I was sat here wondering, like, why is this thing, like, not synced up to my time? And it just, in the end, it just made no sense to me whatsoever. But I go ahead and grab up all my elemental runes. I don't think I need to grab them out of my bank. I think it will pull them from it. But we use our Wicked Hood to teleport to the Rune Crafting Guild, so we can go do Rune Goldberg. Use the Rune Goldberg machine today, which would give us some Viswax. So, I got pretty lucky today. The known first one was Water Runes. So, I just had to play around with a few of the other elemental runes, just seeing the best one I can get. And I almost just sent it on 87, and I should have in hindsight, because it was cheaper to do so. But it's fine. It only costs like 10 more runes or something after we tried the other combinations. But we end up crafting 87, and we go ahead and use all of these charges for quick teleports. And you'll see here, I forget to enable it, but you can see the difference because of that, right? Originally, you sit there, you draw your little circle, but if you enable quick charges and then teleport, you just go. It is so much faster. So we get that done, and then I decide, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start gathering up everything that I need to finish New Foundations, which I was going to call this series, and I didn't realize that that was a quest. So, there we go. But here's just a little update where I go, alright, well, cool, I've figured things out, and the important thing is that I didn't miss out on much by not training my construction earlier. So, we're finally getting construction, and you see me trying to figure this out, but turns out I don't actually have the new things, because I don't have frames. So, I ended up figuring it out, and we're good. This happened randomly while I was there, so I'm only, like, probably 2/3 done with that quest here, which is just rebuilding the fort. And as you can see, I'm already at over 40 construction from this quest. But a pumpkin party started happening, and I was just running around. I have no idea what was happening. I was just trying to keep up. And at the end, I ended up getting a few bags full of more pumpkins, and then checking my bank here. And during all of that, I didn't get anything else, but I did get that Thorin's Chapel thing for the fort. So, right here, we finish up the quest. We got up to 44 construction, which is insane. That's like 55k XP. I did start at level 1, and we unlocked the fort, and I go here and see if we have the lodestone, and we don't, of course, so I figure out what I need for the lodestone. It's just a few limestone bricks, I think, and I just buy them all from what's-his-face, from Bill right here. And truthfully, I've still been buying the limestone bricks, because I got so motivated to finish this whole fort. Like, I've been sitting here doing math. So right now, spoilers, I'm AFK woodcutting during this voiceover. And for a little bit of the foreseeable future, I need to make some dinner and do some things. But boy, oh boy, I just sat and did all of the math to figure out how many frames I need for all of it, and I'm excited. Like, I'm just gonna sit here and I'm probably gonna do some construction. right here, we run over to Luke to go ahead and buy some things for Necromancy rituals, because I'm about to be doing some questing. I know that I'm going to need some ectoplasm to summon my guy, and I intend on fighting the ghostly trolls to go ahead and level up some. So, I just need to figure out how these rituals work, and I finally maybe got a hang of it. Honestly, I was just doing the same rituals over and over, using the few bones that I had banked, and we ended up getting, right there is 14, but we go up to, I think, 17, and then go do some ghostly trolls, which I'll show you what those are later. But rituals are super simple. They're AFK. I think you can avoid or ignore everything that happens, and you just lose a little bit of experience. You don't have to do anything during the ritual if something goes wrong. Occasionally, like right here, you can see that glyph is shining, and I mistook what that guy was doing for that glyph for what was happening. But I end up doing it, and I miss it by just a little bit, but if you do that, you get a little bit of bonus experience. At my level, doing these rituals, I think it's like 90 experience. So like half the XP of the ritual, which is pretty good at this point. So, right here, I do catch this one, where this one says restore shining thing, and I do, and I get a little XP drop for it. So it's not that big, it's not much, but I'm also pretty sure I can just ignore that entirely, and it would have been fine. But I don't, so I'm just getting a little bit of ectoplasm. Finish up getting enough, and I also got some of these weak, broken mementos, and I just have no idea what any of this stuff does. Like, Necromancy is still so wildly beyond my comprehension that I'm not following. But we do end up training Necromancy just a little bit throughout the day, just really trying to understand these rituals, especially these communion rituals, which don't give much, but I do need the ectoplasm to be able to summon my little skeleton warrior, which is... Necromancy as a combat skill so far has been incredible. I end up finding... So I will still show you where this place is, but this is the Ghostly Troll Cave, and I guess this is the new place to train. So, this is your new early game spot, because they killed the other trolls, and we have a few people here that are low-level necromancers training their stuff. But we're just running around. I do get just absolutely lost in this tiny room, because I think that there should be a spiral way down and not just staircases down. But we end up getting there, and we just grind to 20 necromancy in here. We don't need any food. Like, it was perfectly fine. We never came close to death. So, we get that done. And then, leaving here, there's 20 necromancy, and that is the requirement for Killy Row, the next quest in the little necromancy line, and this quest teaches you how to upgrade your armor and weapons. This base armor is apparently the armor that stays with you throughout necromancy, at least this tank armor is. You can probably... I'm almost certain that there is a power armor that you can craft, but I haven't gotten there yet. Don't know how it works, and honestly, as a hardcore, I might be good with the tank armor. Unsure. It's sort of a up in the air kind of thing for me right now still. So, we try and figure it out. I'm trying to figure out where anything is right now. I have to make regular ink, and so I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure out what to do with ectoplasm, like just what to do in general. And I actually realized that I wouldn't be able to wear the upgraded armor anyway if I did do the quest. So, I show you how to change up your combat there, and there was the entrance to the cave. So, we just go back in, and now we are going to start grinding our defense up to level 20 just to be able to use the armor if the quest upgrades it for us. I'm not quite sure at the time. So, we do that, and then we come over here and talk to this woman just outside of the cave. And if you go through the right dialogue options with her, asking her like which god she worships, and asking if she can help you, she actually unlocks 2 new prayers. 2 of the new necromancy prayers, Hasten Decay and Hand of Fate, which increase your necromancy strength and attack rating. So, you know, it's simple, and there's more prayers that she unlocks later down the line if you have other prayer books unlocked or a higher prayer level than what I have. So, we finally finish Killy Row, and now looking at what we need to upgrade our weapons and armor. So, to upgrade the weapons, we need to make soul bars or something. I forget what they're called, but each bar requires a bronze, an iron, and a steel bar, so I'm just running around. I grabbed a pickaxe from Numorph. Grab a steel pickaxe and a rune pickaxe to use later, and I finally make these little bars and upgrade my weapons. So we have tier 20 weapons now, which is pretty good. These necromancy weapons are already hitting pretty hard. I've seen, I think, a 900, which is sort of insane. And here, alright, so I do unlock this ability. I'm in the middle of missing presumed death, which it's not a hard quest, but I wanted to get the ability, and I spend an unseemly amount of time trying to figure out where that ability shows up. Alright, so you guys do not fall into the same trap I do. That ability that you unlock from the Well of Souls replaces your summon ability. So, like, once you cast your summon ability, it is the second part of that ability now. I did a lot of things here. I relog, I mess around with this, I filter, unfilter my spellbook. I didn't understand that that was an upgrade to the thing I had already unlocked here. But, here's a funny thing that happened. During the middle of the quest, I had summoned it. I was just done fighting the little wights in the room. And apparently during the cutscene, your character is probably just in the middle there, invisible. And so it moved my little summon into the room, and I thought that was funny. I was dying laughing. But we go and use our lamps on both prayer and agility. Those ones in the combat lamp on to strength, because that man that said to do so said to do so. We just blindly follow that man. And right here, we unlock Surge and do the very most important thing that we can do, which is get the I meant to do that achievement, because if I don't, I will do it by accident in one of these clips and it will be embarrassing. But we go ahead and finish up Gertrude's cat, which was very weird because the sawmill is gone and I had no idea where the cat was. And just sit and admire the guards for a little bit, because I think the guards on this game are so much better than they do on Old School. The guards on Old School are so just silly now. I just don't like the way they look. But that's neither here nor there. So we finish up Gertrude's cat, and we start raising our cat. We just bring it everywhere along the ride now. And the first thing that we do is we get ready for Priest in Peril. Now, what you see here is me debating going to lunch and thinking like, oh, it's fine, I'll just fish. And then I realized I have like level 1 fishing, level 2 fishing, and I haven't done sea slugs. So I'm just like, whatever, I'll just keep questing. I ended up grabbing a granola bar anyway, just kept on going. So there we are, finishing up Priest in Peril, getting just a few prayer levels, getting ready to head over into Canis and unlock that lodestone. And then after that, we will have a little bit of a fun time just going around unlocking things. So we killed the ghoul, be able to enter Canopus. And again, Necromancy is just so insane. I got an achievement there for not using adrenaline when I cast Finger of Death. Found out how that ability works. If I read the ability, it often explains the ability, but I just don't want to do that. So I'm going to let the game do it until I need to know. And here we're just going through the player on farms tutorial, and when we finish that up, we are going to run over and fill up these beehives with woad leaves, because these things are just awesome. And right there, I ran past my favorite name title combination that I've seen so far, which was Miss Jacqueline O'Lantern, because I love jack-o'-lanterns, I love Halloween. Like, it was just one of my favorite times of the year. So, absolutely adore it. We go ahead and pick up the Sears and Catherby lodestones, and pick up the insect repellent and put it onto the tool belt, because otherwise my bees would get angry at me when I go harvest my bees, which, that's just so incredibly rude of them that I didn't even want to think about it. And here we are finishing up the Carnelian Rising quest. So, to finish it up, I ended up signing with the Carnelians, and we come up here and actually finish the quest, getting a little bit of gold, I think. But we do that one, I think, just to get some crafting experience. We get something from this, but it's such a short quest that it just doesn't matter. No, this is the occult. Sorry, wrong quest. Right people, wrong quest. This is just the occult. There we go. And just use some cakes from Artie real fast because I am out of food. Like, I'm running low on food. If I'm using food right now, I'm cutting into my cat's supply, and I need my cat to be able to eat. We go run and grab the Wilderness Lodestone because the event happening in 20 minutes at this point is the Evil Tree, and that is the event that is the most worth it to do. That event is awesome, and everyone should do it. The End of Waterfall gives us straight up just 30 attack and strength, one of the best rewards ever, and it's insane that I've not had a reason to do that yet. It's one of the first quests I do on Old School. We get ready to do some other quests, but then it's time for the Evil Tree, and now this is one of, if not the only one of these that I'll be doing. The Wilderness Flashbacks give great experience, and this one's super simple. So all you do is click on the skeletons in the ground, get bones, click on one of the bones, you'll grind it into bone meal, and then feed the tree. And you have some amount that you have to do. I had to do 35. I ended up doing over 300, I think. And that's phase 1, and then I get a reward sack. And then in phase 2, all you do is chop. You don't have to worry about anything else. Just chop the tree. Why did I bring so many cakes? Because I wasn't sure what was going to happen here. I will definitely bring less cakes next time. Alright, we got another sack of Wilderness Rewards, and then round 3 here, all we do is burn all the kindling we got, and then run around clicking these fire spirits to get more kindling. All I needed was 40 kindling by the time this was over, and this was super simple. And then at the end of this one, I will get not only another sack of Wilderness Rewards, but also a sack of Very Wild Rewards, which is the upgraded loot version of these. And, boy, the loot from these things is just crazy. I love these Wilderness Flash events so much. They are some of, if not my favorite thing that's been added to the game over the past, I don't know, that was probably a year and a half ago, huh? But we go ahead and grab these, open it up, and we get some obelisk shards, some chinchampas, some more chinchampas, some black salamanders, a ton of energy. We get some infernal ashes, which I'm super stoked about because I want to train my prayer. And then we open our Very Wild Rewards, and we get 290k or 205k and Dragon Rider gloves. Does anyone remember going for those and how rare those things were? Dragon Rider gloves and boots. Oh my goodness. The fact that I just got those is so insane to me. But we did. We got Dragon Rider gloves. And here I went to immediately go use my Infernal Ashes that I got. It got us to 27 prayer, which is not a bad mark to get to. And then we're just going to go straight back into questing. I believe starting with Merlin's Crystal. That's right after we repair the water filtration system and use a bucket of water on it for an achievement. So, when we check this, we get 10,000 gold, and apparently this is a monthly. I was looking at the rewards, and I don't really understand why. If someone can explain to me why water filtration is a good monthly, please do. Is it just the chance at an onyx? I'm not really following. But you get like one reward a day, and it can be a gem? Like, it's just weird to me. I don't really understand it. But we go and finish up Merlin's Crystal, we finish up Holy Grail, and that throws us up to 34 prayer and 33 defense, which is chef's kiss. Great stat increase. So, the account's a lot more survivable now, that's for sure. With 30 defense, we have some amount of HP XP. And here's me hopping worlds to worlds. So, in the link below, I'll have a link to the Reddit r/NemiForest, because there is one person named Crystal Cove, or I think the Nemi Queen, who has been doing this for genuine years. Now, NemiForest is a good little daily. You run through, and you'll see the whole run here, but you run through, we're going to get some prayer experience, we're going to get some dungeoneering experience, some mining experience, that scales with your level. So, early game, it's not going to be the best, but right now, we're just running through it. in this subreddit, and Crystal Cove, this person, every single day, gets a world, and maps out this forest, because as long as someone stays in this forest, the layout will not change. And so, you'll see her at the end. She's just there. Every day. I've never not seen this person in Nemi Forest. I have done this on like 4 separate accounts now. Crystal Cove is more consistent than any person that's ever been in my life. And I don't know why. Like, look, if you are Crystal Cove, I just want an answer. Why? Why do you do what you do? But I'm thankful. So I did not thank you today. And I do regret that that's going to be on video, because I almost always thank Crystal. It's just I did not today. But it's just a maze, really. It's a maze with XP all around. A fair bit of prayer XP, a fair bit of farming, dungeoneering, mining. I think that's it? Maybe some wood cutting. There's a lot of XP to be had, and it's daily, and you get reputation with the Gobies, which that will allow you to re-roll raid rewards, I think, from the Mazcab raids. I might be wrong on that. I've never actually used the reputation for anything, I don't think. But as our time in Nemi Forest comes to an end, you see we are running up here, and what is that on our minimap except a little person appearing? And who could that be other than the great, the one, the only Crystal Cove? Every single time, I don't know why, just chilling out, right? Like, are you a real person? Is my only question. I just do not understand. But as soon as we finish up at Nemi Forest here, we'll go around and we'll start doing our god statues. So, with the god statues, there are 4 of them that we have access to right now. The first of which is in Lumbridge. And it's super simple, and I get a little confused here, trying to figure out why in the world this man will not talk to me, because I don't actually want to read the dialogue that this man is providing me. But I just figure it's my pet, so I do it with my pet. And then it works. So you have to go through this dialogue exactly one time. You have to ask him what he's doing, if he needs help. And when he says, yeah, that's great, thank you, then you'll start the game. So the game itself is super simple. At the top of the screen, it'll tell you how many total pieces of scaffolding you need to use, the highest amount of scaffolding you'll need to use in any one line, and the lowest. So the first thing I do is I set everything to the lowest, and then I set some of them to the highest until I hit the right amount. So this one was super simple. I think I had to use the maximum amount of scaffolding on all of them except for one. And so when you do that, you can just hit his head in the top right corner of that, and it'll tell you exactly which ones you have right, which ones you have wrong, and it's super simple to figure out from there. Most of these only take like 1, 2, or sometimes 3 tries. But if you pick the right god, then you'll get prayer XP, the right god for the area. So like Lumbridge, you make a Saradomin statue, you make a statue of Ziliana. And if you make any of the other gods, someone will appear, and if you kill them, you'll get Slayer XP. But I'm valuing the prayer XP this month, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And it brings us straight up to 37 prayer, I think, off the bat. But 36 prayer, whichever one it is. But this is the last one now, so there's one in Lumbridge, there's one in Taverley, there's one just south of Unil, and there's this one here in Canada. It's just south of Unil. And finishing that up, that gets us up to 47 construction and 37 prayer, which is, protect from magic. We're not doing 4 on the prayer right now. So it'll be pretty easy to get 43 and get ready for that. Now, we just are running south here now to the Champions Guild to go buy a Rune Axe so that I can start AFKing. But we got a lot more done today, and I'm excited for what's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to get up through Menaphos, and we're just going to start this giant questing spree, getting a ton of stuff done through Fight Arena, Grand Tree, and after that, we'll just be ready. So, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.